What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of, not so much indie games. This is a game by Hemimont, actually, the people that made Tropico, and they have been tasked with making Jagged Alliance 3. Jagged Alliance 1 and 2, both games that I think people are really big fans of, especially Jagged Alliance 1. If you've never seen this game series before and don't know what it is, this is effectively a much beloved sandbox series where in each game you are tasked with liberating an entire country that's been kind of like divided into quadrants or has been divided into counties and chunks, and you will do that by being the hiring manager for a private military company that's hiring big personalities from all over the planet to come blow things up in 1980s action movie, prose. That's the big thing about these games, is that they're very much based on 1980s action movies, so they're supposed to be kind of tongue-in-cheek, they're supposed to be a little bit campy, and the first game is the one that I remember people being big fans of. It's a strategy RPG, so along the way, your mercenaries are going to level up, they are going to gain more stats, they have different specializations, some of them will be snipers, some of them will be medics, and it's up to you to have the right teams for the job whenever a mission comes up. I've spent about 3 hours with the game. The developers fired it on over to offer us an opportunity here at the Nerd Castle to be one of the first previews that the game will get. I'm a little bit behind on my recording due to some work that's being done on my house, and so I'm like a day behind probably everybody else uploading, but I'm going to do my best to give you about 30-40 minutes of this game and to give you my thoughts about the time I spent playing 2 or 3 hours and the things that I liked, the things that I didn't like, and things you should be aware of. If after watching this you wanted to look into the game a little bit further, I will have a link for you down below in the description. This game is not in early access as far as I know, but there are some things missing from this press preview that they sent out, so a lot of the voice acting and whatnot hasn't been put in. It's already been recorded, it's already ready to go, but at the point of this kind of little presser promo version of the game, about half of the voice acting is in, so you may see spots where the voice acting kicks on out. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get this thing going. We've got Operation Hot Diamonds. Oh yeah, they don't have all the difficulty modes in either. They've just got this. What's interesting about this game is they've got normal mode, hard mode, and extra hard mode. There is no easy mode to this game. But as it stands right now, they've only got the first difficulty in. There's also some other rules that you can play around with just in case you wanted to like disable permadeath, instantaneous death. You can make weapons lethal. You can go and make it impossible to save the game while you're actively in combat. A whole bunch of little things you can fiddle with down here. There's also like tutorials, which I don't really need because I've played the game a bunch before recording this. And then it looks like the targeting action camera. Yeah, do the action camera. I don't know why that's disabled, but I even know that it was there. They did say that the economy is a little bit messed up right now, so to play with forgiving mode turned on for, once again, this little preview version, so I'm going to follow the developer's wishes and put forgiving mode on. It says that it seems like it makes you get more loot drops, basically, and they said in the little guide for this game that came with the press key,
Hello, no one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
This is Emma Lafontaine. Thank you for agreeing to help me find my father. I don't have much time to talk. I've been told it's no longer safe for me here, so I'm preparing to leave. I can't believe a city that only a few months ago was filled with joy and hope is now a place of fear and suspicion. But perhaps that tells you just how important my father is to this country. You see, Alphonse Lafontaine is much more than just the president. He is the symbol of my people's faith in a brighter future for Grand Chien. Since his abduction, that faith has been shaken. Things like law and justice are fragile concepts here, and the political enemies my father made are already calling for emergency powers to be invoked. I don't know if they are behind the kidnapping, but I am sure they are planning to take advantage of it. The person who took my father calls himself the Measure. I haven't been able to find out who he really is, but everyone knows what he wants. He has demanded the entire Ajani River Valley be given to him. His followers, who call themselves the Legion, have already seized most of it. But he has vowed to execute my father should the government attempt to intervene. I've wired the money you requested. Please, Assemble your team and come meet me on Ernier Island at Corazon Santiago's villa. She is the Adonis representative I told you about in my email. Her diamond mining operations can help with additional funding should you need it. My car is here. I have to go. I'll have more details for you when we meet.
Are we sure that we're the good guy here? Because you just mentioned that, like, diamond mining is propping this whole thing up, and I've seen the movie Blood Diamond, like, twice, 20 years ago, and I'm pretty sure that if diamonds are involved, it's just like warlords all the way down. So what we have to do here at the beginning of the game, trust me, you guys, I've seen an important documentary, all right? It's called Blood Diamond. It had a little-known person in it called Leo that you may be aware of, okay? We've got to pick our first starting team, and so these are divided up into tabs, and this game actually has a pretty good rendition of what the internet looked like. I think this game is in 2001. Yeah, so this is pretty much what the internet looked like when I was in high school. This would have been, yeah, high school for me. High school. They've even got the little the SEO tags or whatever, like all the different networks or whatever they're a part of down here. I don't think you can, like, oh, you can click on stuff, but like it 404 is out on you. Gotcha. So you can browse the internet, but the most important function of your laptop is that you can hire mercenaries. These mercenaries come in a bunch of different experience flavors. So there are recruits. These are level 1 mercenaries. They do level up as you go through the game, and they will keep those levels. If they no longer work for you, then they come back later. It tends to be tied into their price, their skills, and what weapons they bring with them, what equipment. There's also level 3 mercenaries over here, 4, 8, and these ones are virtually all offline because we're at the beginning of the game, and they don't want us to have all the super fun, super cool toys just yet. So for our initial team, I'm going to go with, God, who do we have in here? So we've got Blood, we've got Meltdown. Oh, really? Ice is offline. Ice is like one of my favorite guys, too. Yeah, it looks like with a certain respect it randomizes, because the last 2 times I played through the beginning section of the game with just different mercenaries to see which ones had voices and like what interactions and things were there. I took Ice both times and it was great. I guess this time around we'll probably have to take Keith, Blood, Hansen. Unless there's somebody else around here that has really high dexterity and agility. Basically, I'm looking to recruit a scout. I'm looking to get someone that can actually stand their ground in a real hot firefight. I'm looking for a medic. And then I'm looking for kind of like a floater that it doesn't really matter. And I need to find that on a $30,000 budget. So Wolf Sanderson over here comes with a big old boomstick. It looks like Thor Kaufman is a doctor, and he brings in a Browning high power. We've got Fidel over here, who is an explosive expert. But yeah, I think if we're looking for somebody that's got the ideal stats for assassination and stealth, I think we pretty much have to bring Keith with us. All right, now you're cooking with fire. Some of these guys will have voice acting, some of them will not. If we go and we talk to, let's say, our medic, which is going to be MD.
Hi. Is this a prank call? Last time, some mercs contacted me under an alias and sent me to Cambodia for 2 weeks. So, is this a genuine offer?
It is indeed a genuine offer, my friend.
Oh, wow. I never thought this would happen. I mean, you sure you want me? Of course, you're sure. That was stupid of me. Sorry. Where are we going? Africa? I'll pack some shorts.
That's probably a good idea. When running around being shot at by other men who wish death upon you, you've got to have real below-the-knee freedom, otherwise you're just not going to make it. Now, these contracts that we're signing with these mercenaries are for a limited duration of 7 days, and there's going to be a timeline when we're on the actual tactical map fighting over quadrants and whatnot, where you'll be able to figure out, who has what. But for right now, we've got a doctor and we've got a scout. That leaves us with a couple other recruits. And I've found after going through a lot of these guys that, so Kalina comes with a Gewehr, which is really nice. That's a nice gun to have. Steroid comes with a worse gun, but he's got higher accuracy by about 10. Over here, every single character has different stats and different attributes that determine like their hit chance and how many APs they get and stuff like that. So it's definitely possible that we could go with Kalina. And Kalina would give us access to marksmanship and some light mechanical skill. She has some mechanical training, but it's not too much. Her agility and dexterity are nothing to write home about. How hard does this hit? So a single shot on this bad boy is 7 AP. I think I'll probably just go for the much higher accuracy. Like 10 is a lot. And so we'll contact Bobby Guntarski. This is Bobby Guntarski. You got business? Get on in here, champ. Thank you for giving me your business. There we go. What's interesting about this interaction is these mercenaries all have personalities. And so some mercenaries do not like other mercenaries, and some mercenaries get bonuses for working with other mercenaries because they are friends from past operations. So right here, if we had taken Bobby first and we had taken MD second, MD would say that Steroid used to bully him on ops, and he refuses to come with us unless we double his pay to put up with Steroid's nonsense. And so you will actually have to pay him more money. We've got 14 grand left right now. We got some accuracy right there. I'd really like to hire somebody that can hit a shot. We do have a guy here with 88, Hitman. Sorry, I'm not familiar with all these characters because it's been a long time since the old Jagged Alliance days. I didn't have this game growing up. We've also got Tex Colburn from Japan. He's a gun. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, well we got to go with Tex now. I mean, he cost 13 grand. Never mind, I'm too poor. Looks like you got a job for me. I do. Looks like we got ourselves a contract. You're not going to regret having me there. His name is Hitman Hennessy. Dude, that sounds like a name that I would make up in old YouTube videos from 10 years ago. All right, so we've got everybody. This means that we can go to the tactical map, and if you watch, all of our mercenaries will be deployed to I-1. Now, we and the enemy are going to be fighting over this map for the remainder of the game until we take over the entire thing. So we're going to fight our way inland. It looks like, I think he was supposed to have a voice line right there because it looked like it was doing a little audio meter for a second, but nothing actually played. We have unknown enemies in this area. Later on, we'll be able to auto-resolve, but for now, we're going to have to play her as she lies. My man really showed up in white chinos and a pink shirt to the battlefield. Nobody here is wearing like digital flora or like camo that's appropriate for this environment at all. I have to say I'm doubting our professionality, but I'm pretty sure Steroid's biceps and general overall Duke Nukem look will probably help us out with this. Let's go ahead and move forward. We've got a job to do. All right, let's take him on up here, and he should have knives as a secondary weapon since he's like a stealth-built character. We're going to see if we can take somebody down here. As you can see, we've got a number of skulls denoting who we have line of sight to, who we do not have line of sight to, the people that exist and don't exist for our character. I'm going to put actually everybody into stealth mode. I'm going to try to put these guys up here close enough that they can respond to the situation if something just goes abysmally wrong here. But there's our first guy. We want to target him, and we want to target his neck, and then we need to get in behind him and take... Did he hear me? I don't know if he did. I'm just going to go for it. There it is, and down he goes. We're going to run away real fast, and then we're going to put him back into sneak mode, and we need to kind of like develop a dominant position here where we can fight these other two guys. Now, I feel like no matter what we do, they've got a cover advantage with that rock. We don't have really anywhere to take cover. So this is just going to be a straight shootout, and I think whatever happens, happens.
MD present.
Yeah, MD, you squirrel in behind the rock with somebody that can protect you. You break out an actual gat. My man over here's got a grandpa gun. He's got a single-action revolver. What do you have? You got a Browning high power? Okay, that's slightly better. I'll take it. And what we're going to want to do is we're kind of going to want to kick this off with like an opening salvo. How good of a shot are you? Are you like a really good shot? And we're outside of our range right now, so it's not going to be a very advantageous shot unless we go all the way in for all the AP marbles and just hope that that works out. I guess we could kind of squeeze it, I guess. It doesn't look like there's any way to, like, take these guys down. He hit it, though. Look at you over there, man. That was a long shot that was way outside your optimal range, and you still hit it. They do get a scramble turn in this game. So if you're not a fan of scramble turns, I'm sorry. This game is going to disappoint you because there are absolutely scramble turns in this game. He can't see nobody. If he stands up, he may be able to get something going here. From there, he'd have line of sight. From there, he'd have doubled line of sight. Actually, doesn't look like there's much I can do with him, but these guys, it says that they have... How do they have line of sight from right there? It's hard to tell from the angle if he actually does have line of sight, but the game says that he does, so I'm going to kind of, like, go for it. Focus on the guy that's actually, like, dying, please. You missed his shot, unfortunately. Hit that one, though. Oof, that's going to be a missing kidney. That's going to hurt in the morning. Okay, and then Dr. Man.
I think I can, you know, get him.
Ooh, good shot. You got him right in the elbow, too, man. Good stuff. You don't have enough AP for another shot? All right, then crouch down. Yeah, I was going to say, if you got extra AP, hit a prone so that you've actually got, like, line of sight denied. And then we got to decide if we want to make a big play right here with steroid. I believe that I do have line of sight on this guy because the little skull is red. And normally the little skull goes gray if you're aware of an enemy via someone else's line of sight. It actually looks like he's obstructed if I take a look. So he does have line of sight, but the actual angle the shot would come from is obstructed. That being the case, you don't really have any AP left, so go ahead and hit the deck for me. And then I think that's our turn. Nobody really has enough AP to do anything else. Woo! Okay, I'll take that. Shot and a miss. I'm gonna need blood. I got a job for you, cousin. Bust. I really wish I knew. So one of my things about this game that I've noticed for the last couple hours of playing, I really wish it told you the percentages that each of these circles represented, because you could miss that shot right there. So this is not a guarantee. I really wish I had concrete percentages to go off of when it comes to the decision-making process of, like, do I want to squeeze a shot? So yeah, even after unfolding, there's a little menu you can unfold if you mouse over these little body parts and whatnot, where it tells you, like, modifiers you have, but it doesn't actually say what the specific chance is to hit. And I feel like for any strategy RPG that relies on RNG to determine hits versus misses, that feels like information the player should, because there's, like, hard concrete spots. Like, I played a lot of XCOM and XCOM 2. There are, like, hard concrete spots statistically where within, let's say you have, like, this is not the specific number, but let's say you have a higher percentage and a lower percentage chance to hit. There are certain thresholds where the lower, it's better to take 2 shots at the lower chance than 1 aimed shot at the higher chance. And that's the kind of way that I weigh, because I've memorized those things. That's kind of how I weigh my decisions. Either way, he's been taken care of. So let's go ahead and get everybody in line. That should be all the enemies. Anybody got any loot on him? Just that guy up on the mountain. All right, so he's got 12 parts. Those are going to be used for fixing and repairing your guns. Every single time you get shot or you fire your weapon, it degrades. And you've got to take time in between AOs in order to repair and do maintenance on your weapons and stuff like that. The other thing to be aware of is that there is loot squirreled around all over the place on these maps. So these are not just battle maps, these are also maps that are meant to be explored a la Baldur's Gate or something like that. And so while you're running around, your guys can make skill checks to find hidden stashes. They can find harvestables like herbs and things of that nature that they can use for medical treatment. And so it is a really good idea just to look around a little bit and see what you can find in a lot of these cases. But we have a conversation to have, so let's go ahead and swing on up the mountain. We will talk with our benefactor about potentially what the mission might be, and then we will move on with our day. None of the dead guys are lootable. Oh, this guy's lootable, though. We got this guy right here. What you got? He's got a flak jacket on him, actually. Cool. Yeah, put the flak jacket on the medic.
It won't come off my salary, right?
Nah, man. Just throw it on real quick. It gives you penetration protection from light arms. It's a flak vest. I mean, it'll stop a 9mm. That's better than nothing. It'll maybe like slow down a 5.56 maybe like a tiny bit.
Ooh la la, don't shoot. I'm just a bystander here. An innocent civilian. I heard some shots fired up the hill. I came to take a look and I saw the Legion getting their asses kicked. But I'm not with them. I was just doing a bit of scavenging on the beach. Yeah, that's how I provide for my family.
So like you're actually a civilian?
Oh, you mean this gun here? It's just... it's just for protection, boss. These are dangerous times on the island.
Uh-huh. So we can go hands up or goodbye. This may have major consequences.
Very kind of you to let me be on my way. Thank you. If your travels take you through the rust anytime soon, you're welcome to visit my family. We'll give you all the hospitality you deserve. I'll give it to you good, I promise.
Yeah, that doesn't sound foreboding. That definitely doesn't sound... Hey, we found a tiny diamond. I'll take it. Eventually, when we find a shop or something like that, we can sell it. Alas, we have no shop for right now. What's in that crate right there? Ooh, first aid kit. Nice. We'll take that. Because you do need first aid kits in order to heal people. And actually, we should probably just give that to MD, right? And then we've got some general purpose meds that can be used to heal your health bar. In between missions, when you take damage, you could permanently lose health bar. So, what's up with this dead guy over here? Oh, he's got weapon parts. I'll take that. You're always going to have to repair some stuff. And then there's 7.62 rounds as well. How much 7.62 did he just give us? 5 bullets. Oh, that's NATO 7.62. Okay, so that's like M14, like M1 Garand ammo. Gotcha. Or like SCAR ammo, I guess. Not to be confused with Warsaw, which is X39, but that NATO right there is X51. I don't trust this dude, man. Maybe I should have hands up. I mean, I just feel weird about landing on the beach and executing somebody within the first few minutes of gameplay. It makes me feel like maybe I'm not the good guy. And when I play video games, I need to feel like I'm the good guy. We got some intel there for the Emerald Coast, which is I3. There's a hacking spot right here. This is one of those RPGs where no one seems to care about the fact that you're looting all their stuff. No one gets mad about it.
Thank God you made it. I wanted to warn you, but you were already en route. Legion forces have landed on Ernier. They even tried to attack us here at the villa. I can't imagine what they want with this tiny island.
It is neither Ernie Island nor my villa they want. It is you. Perhaps they think capturing you would make your father more cooperative.
Then I'm sorry I came. I didn't mean to put anyone else in jeopardy.
I know how you feel. That's why I prefer bandages over bullets.
Soon the only people in jeopardy will be the scuzzwads who took your father. My man's out here like a Mortal Kombat character, bro. We can handle him.
I am so grateful to hear you say that. Grandchien's own government can't do a thing to help. I am reassured by your confidence. Here, please take this as a gesture of my appreciation.
I'm curious as to whether or not... Oh, it's $2,000? Oh, yeah, dude. If I'm going to be ducking bullets and trying not to get my head converted into marinara, I'm going to take the $2,000.
Now, as to beginning your search, I suppose questioning the Legion soldiers on Ernier about my father would be a good way for you to start. This is Corazon Santiago. She's the director of operations in Grand Chien for the Adonis Corporation. Her people encountered the Legion face to face. She will manage additional funding while you are in the field.
Hello, it is good to meet you. As Emma said, I will provide you with a cut of the proceeds from the Adonis diamond mines to help fund your mission as you liberate each one from Legion control.
Just so you know, I like my cut nice and thick.
But first things first. The Legion has overrun the island, capturing the town and the old fortress. Liberating the town is essential to securing transport to the mainland, but securing the whole island will ensure you have a good base of operations. Additionally, the locals may be appreciative and give useful intel.
All right. Sounds good. Let's head on out to Ernier and see if we can knock it on over. We've got to go back to the TAC map, and it's time for us to get the job done. Sat view, travel towards the village of Ernie. Yep, let's go. Let's do this thing. As you can see, there's a timeline along the bottom that'll tell you important information, like when your squad will arrive in various zones, or when your contracts end, or when like healing phases will be done for certain characters. Looks like we've got 6 enemies in this area, so we are gonna have to fight them. We're a little bit outgunned, but it'll probably work out. I mean, we are highly trained private military 1980s guys, so we'll probably... Ooh, wisdom. Where was the herbs at? There they are.
Right?
Cool. We got some meds over there. Oh, there's a little guy right there. Little guy, do you want to hang out and say hello to me?
Commandos, like in the movies, coming to shoot those Legion bandits. The village is full of them. They shot Tine and took Hemen, and I decided to sneak away. But there are more of them here. You will sneak up on them and shoot them, right?
I mean, I wasn't really planning on shooting anybody. I was just, like, moving my way through. But I suppose if somebody gets to die, somebody gets to die.
We're moving?
Let's see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into. Everybody, go stealth mode for me, would you? We've also got some loot over there. We've got some more herbs. We'll definitely grab those. Cool. And then what else you got for me here?
We could always use more meds.
That is exactly what it is. Your characters, I don't know how much their personalities are going to matter. Like the decisions you make during...
Isn't that an enemy over there?
Yeah, I don't know how much is going to matter when you make decisions and whatnot during the campaign and the way that you interact with people, whether or not your party members like you or like leave you or how much they charge you. I don't know if it's going to be that in depth. All right, so let's see how we want to deal with these hostiles. The real issue, is I like to play this game stealthy, which means we're going to be using blood a lot. The downside to this is that I've got to find, these parking spots for my party that are not so far away that they can't respond to problems, but, also that they don't get discovered. So I've got to find, this perfect distance wherein they don't give away ice. Or, I'm sorry, they don't give away blood. But they also, are close enough that if he gets aggroed by something, they can jump in and machine gun some guys. Oh, don't do that. Nope, that's the opposite of what I want you to do. I want you to use knives to add an extra hole to this guy. There you go, right in the neck. That's what I need from you. Unfortunately, the patrols in this game are random. They're not set. So you can end up in situations where you sit around for a long time before they wander just right that you can finish somebody off. These guys are now active. That's kind of not great. I don't see a super great opening, but I think I'm just gonna have to go for this. There it is. He's down. Back into stealth mode. Sneak it away, sneak it away, sneak it away. You can leave a body there, but let's not get too crazy. The stealth in this game is honestly pretty utilitarian. I haven't noticed the enemy finding bodies of people that I've shivved or anything else. This guy's got a high... He's got a high position on the battlefield, so I'm worried that he's going to see me if I try to mess around with these guys. I think this might be our opening right here. There we go. That's our opening. That's our opening, I think. All right, climb up, climb up. Faster, a little faster, a little faster. And take him. There it is. Oh, that guy saw me. That's okay, though. That doesn't put him in too bad of a position because now he's got a dominant high spot on the battlefield. So I don't think that'll actually be that bad. He's also in cover right now, which I think helps him out even more. So it looks like that is everything but his head is obstructed. So we would basically have to hit the God shot from outside of our normal range to get him in the head. It'd be pretty tough. I think maybe we just have him hit the deck right here so that there's no line of sight and then kind of start working his way back over here in prone. That's just how I feel about it, but I feel like that makes him a lot safer from getting shot, especially since his entire team is going to have to move quick in order to respond to this situation. So none of these guys can make it anywhere good from where they're at. At best, he's flanked and out of cover if I put him right there.
Ready to, do stuff.
This area is actually kind of terrible. Okay, move the doctor up to there. I think Blood may have to get shot at for a little bit before we can actually do something useful. He doesn't really have much else going on, so I would say just crouch real quick. Hitman. Tough to say. There's no cover to go around. Maybe we'll move him over to there, and we'll kind of just see what the enemy does on this next turn. But Steroid's going to have to make, like, a crazy move. I guess cover from one side is better than cover from no side. It's odd. That tree provides cover from right there, but not from right there. Weird. All right, well, let's just get on in here and see what happens. Okay. We got gatted at twice, but we came out all right. Gatted at thrice. Okay, we ate that one right there, right to the gutty bits. All right, you get up. And here is what I need from you. I need you to be right there. I like how they get sand on their outfits and stuff if they've been crawling through the sand and whatnot. They actually, like, inherit the grass stains or, like, the sand stains of whatever they've been on top of. That's kind of nice. You, sir. I got bad news for you. Ooh, right between the eyes, and the man still lives. See, this is why we don't mess with 9mm right here. This is why we're a 45 caliber family. This right here is exactly why we're a 4-5 family. That's it. Steroid's been shot, so that kind of sucks. This guy appears to have a bullet vest on. Yeah, just, you know, squeeze off a little like give him a little boom boom, you know what I mean? Give him a little bit of that boom boom.
Maybe someone better than me should
No,
take
not
this shot.
him. That's too far for his range. But I think if I, like, move aggressively, I don't know. Somebody's getting shot here today. I got a bad feeling about it.
Okay.
You move to there, and whatever happens, happens, all right?
Chance of me, not missing.
Okay, like I said, whatever happens, happens. We're in a really terminal spot on the map right now. Like a legitimately awful spot, which has no cover, no anything to play around with. And the game doesn't make it super easy to visualize what cover is open and like what color or cover you can use anyways. There we go. Did he just shout poutine when he got shot in the chest? Now is not the time for cheese curds, my man. I don't even know what he's shooting at. My man's just firing wildly and leaving his back turned right here. Go ahead and take him out. Down he goes. That's one handled. And then, are any of these guys lootable? I was gonna say, man, we haven't been getting nothing for loot on this run. My little lootinating heart is full of greed and wanting loot, and the game won't give it to me.
Can't do it. Maybe someone better than me should take this shot.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he has like no chance at making this shot, but like he can try, I guess. Especially if you can move up to there, you might be able to get him with the Peacemaker. There we go. Down he goes. All right, let's get everybody on our cursor. Everybody's gonna reload and whatnot. Let's see if we can find any goodies down here. You got any loot or anything in this area? You turds got any magical goodies laying around? All right, let's see what we can accomplish here. I gotta take Blood up this side and kind of see what the bad guys are doing. Let me get his knives out too, because I always make the mistake of accidentally squeezing around at somebody. Found a Scuzzwad. We're gonna want to guarantee the hit on that guy's neck, but we can only do it once the sniper turns around. I'm gonna need you guys to all be up here so that you can respond to the situation in kind if something goes wrong. You keep moving forward. They're basically doing a little bit of loving, touching, squeezing over here. This may be the opening. It was indeed the opening. Sneak on back. Let's go for another guy over here. I don't know. It said my meter. Oh, my meter's back. Good. It was saying my meter was completely and totally depleted, and it was throwing me off. I don't know how much I can work around this guy. He seems to move around a lot. Yeah, I was gonna say he's pretty active. Yeah, that's probably bad. That's probably not good. What can you do here? So, like, you have 11 AP, right? I say just, like, bust a shot at him. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, and if you hit him, you hit him. And then you run over to here, and you drop prone to break line of sight. Yeah, see, he can't do his little laser pointer thing anymore. Yeah, all right. And then we get everybody else kind of situated up here. Yep, everybody get up here. You get low since you've only got partial cover. You get prone since you're kind of like in the same spot. And then see, we can end our turn. Does he actually have line of sight right there? Oh, that's disgusting. Through that tiny little post, though? Oh, that's revolting. Tell me you're an AI without telling me you're an AI. Good lord. What can I hit from here? Oh, I can hit like everything from here. The downside is we're way maxed out on our range. So it may be a better decision to possibly like fire from there. That still didn't close us up very well. I mean, I could take a shot from there, but man, is this risky. There we go. It was risky, dude, but we had to go for it. Sometimes you just got to be a badass like Blood and just handle your business. Apparently, I can loot over here. There's 11 weapon parts. Good stuff. And then he's not lootable, but there is a hacking spot right here, and we got $1,250 for that. So that's good. Looks like there's a box in the tower. So I'll probably send somebody up there to go grab that. And we need to still sweep back. I don't think there's anybody else left on the map, but we still got to go look. That box no lootable, but that box looty. Okay. 7.62 ammo. Not bad. The items in this game are randomized, so I tested it out on different runs. Different chests will have different stuff inside of them. So, like, that's going to add a little bit of replayability right there, as you never know when, like, a banger weapon's going to drop super early that changes the entire trajectory of your campaign. Like, I found a bunch of grenades inside that guy one time, and it made, like, some of my fights really easy by comparison to how bad they might have been. We've got Molotov cocktails. Probably give that to whoever's got the most strength for throwing, so it's probably steroid. And then some 9mm tracer ammo. Hit enemies become exposed and lose the benefit of their cover. Ooh, that's not bad. I like that. There are different ammo types in this game. There's armor piercing. There's hollow point. I think I saw Hydra Shock rounds on one of my playthroughs. So if you like different guns and ammo and things, they do exist here. Weirdly, it doesn't look like it's letting me loot any of the bodies, but we did find some wire cutters, which is good. I think the wire cutters are for steroid, for getting through chain link fences, and a stick grenade. Who doesn't love a stick grenade? Now it's time for us to move on to the next map and see if we can get ourselves in trouble. I was honestly hoping that that guy would drop his Mosin or his Enfield or whatever it is. I don't know exactly what he had, but I was hoping he would drop his Enfield. That way I could, yes, set and travel. Let us move forth. So there's a big engagement up here. Not all of these maps are going to have bad guys on them, And then some maps also have bunkers underground and stuff too, in multiple layers. There are different operations and things that you can do. So for example, I can check my email, I've got notes, I can manage multiple squads. For once we have multiple squads of mercenaries and whatnot. And then on top of that, there are also squad-wide operations that are initiated from this right here that allows you to heal your guys or to allow them to work on repairing their weapons or to, you know, sleep for a little while because they do get fatigued if they stay deployed for too long without taking a rest break. You can give them R&R, so it's up to you. We're going to skip that right there. What are my thoughts about the game? We're getting kind of long in the tooth right now. It's probably time for us to wrap up the video. What are my thoughts after playing the game for about 2.5, 3 hours? Well, I think the soundtrack is good, and I think that the sound effects are really well selected. All of the guns felt like a dream to shoot, and I never felt like any of the impacts or explosions or anything else were lacking in any sort of presentational sense. That having been said, I don't really like the inchoate way that the game kind of just like leaves it to I guess symbolism, whether or not you're gonna hit. I would definitely like concrete percentages on my shot, and it's possible that like I just don't have it enabled somewhere in the options or something, or maybe they are referencing the original Jagged Alliance, which had that aiming system right there, and so they're trying to keep it kind of like close to how it originally was. I don't know. I've never played the original Jagged Alliance. I've watched a Let's Play of it years ago, and I really enjoyed it, but I don't remember the aiming system altogether that well. What I know right now is, though, I never quite know if I'm going to hit, and in shootouts, I never feel good about any of my decisions because I don't know if I'm taking a 60% shot when I have a yellow reticle, or I don't know if I'm taking an 80% shot when I have a yellow reticle. It's difficult to say, and in a strategy game, I'm the kind of player that likes to be informed of all variables. Like if you play something really crunchy and difficult like Battle Brothers, that game tells you your specific percentages so that you can decide, okay, is this worth it? Do I want to swing twice? Or do I want to aim and swing once with an extra 10%? Like, you can make educated decisions. I also noticed some weird stuff happening with the walls and, like, collision when aiming at enemies. Specifically windows, actually. Glass windows. Anytime I set my character up behind a glass window to fire outwards at an enemy, the window would stop the bullet. I tested it a bunch of different times, and I'm like, that's a glass window, though. Like, the bullet should go right through. That is to say, unless these random shanties have just, like, top-grade, I guess, they have top-grade tempered ballistic material inside of them. And so I don't know if that's intended or not. But I have noticed that windows don't like being shot through, so don't shoot through windows. I haven't tested it with an assault rifle or anything, but maybe it's higher pen weapons can go through a window and a 9mm can't. I wasn't able to test it, but I stopped taking shots out of windows because I noticed my bullet would not go through windows, and it was beginning to annoy me, so I just stopped doing it. With regards to theme and atmosphere, when you're playing with a team of party members that are all fully voiced and doing their 1980s action movie one-liner shtick and sort of like bickering with one another and like interjecting on random conversations, it does have that same feel as the original Jagged Alliance, in my opinion. I do distinctly remember that from watching the original Jagged Alliance, like, 8 or 9 years ago on, I think, Jeff Major's channel, actually. I was watching his Jagged Alliance playthrough all those years ago, and it's definitely got that same theme and that same attitude and that same feeling. Once you clear out this city that you're currently looking at, you actually end up in a situation where you get quests. There are quest givers in town that will tell you to go to other hexes to do like side jobs and stuff like that. You can find mercenaries hiding all over the islands that are maybe not on your register when you go to your laptop. There's kind of like secret mercenaries, if it's anything like the older Jagged Alliance games too, that you can uncover in certain areas. The loot is randomized, which adds some replayability because you never know what's going to drop. The game's got a lot of things going for it, but like I've been burned so many times by weird Jagged Alliance spin-offs that I'm really afraid to give it my stamp of approval, but for right now, it feels okay-ish. Stealth is nothing to write home about. The system is a little bit imprecise for me when it comes to making decisions. When it comes to aiming and like what shots are worth it and what shots aren't. There are little things in here that I was kind of like, about. But it does feel like Jagged Alliance to me, and I was enjoying myself. I actually had to edit this episode down because it went for like an hour and a half, and so I had to just like aggressively edit around and fiddle with it because I got sucked in, and so that's usually a good sign. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we were checking out Jagged Alliance 3, courtesy of the developers who fired it over early for a preview. Tomorrow we'll be checking out something else. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I think that's about all I've got for you. Bye, folks.
I can't do it.